I'd like to call this meeting of the Tyler County Board of Education to order. The mission of Tyler County Schools is to provide student-centered learning opportunities that ensure all students will learn to their potential and master the skills, ethical behaviors, and attitudes needed to be successful citizens in a 21st century economy. Please stand for a moment of silence in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I will we'll do the roll call. Everybody is present and for the board here. And I will now turn the meeting over to Mr. Hiley.
Okay, under C, approval of minutes of the June 16th, 2025 regular meeting. I wanted to let you all know that there was a change. The original minutes said Mrs. Stender was not present, but she was present by phone. So that's been changed and everything's been up to date. On to Mrs. Miller. Summer Teacher Academy.
I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about our Teacher Academy that we held mid-June. We had it on a Friday or Thursday, Friday, and then the following Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I really want to brag on our teachers and our aides that came to this training. It was a great success. And actually the people that did the training, we're bringing them back throughout the school year to help us more and to offer more training and collaboration to help us become better, which is always the goal. So what was offered, how we decide what we're going to offer at our Teacher Academy, we do a needs assessment. I send out a survey to all of our teachers and it asks them various questions, and that gives us a feel for what our teachers feel that they need to become better in the classroom and what they need to help our students become better. Next, I meet with our teacher leadership team. I have 2 representatives from each school. So we also discuss things, and with the teacher leadership team, they ask for different tracks. Like last year, a lot of it was geared more towards elementary. So our secondary, like, hey, can we have a second track where more towards middle school, high school? Perfect, so that's what we did. We look at achievement data. We look at our test scores. We, where are our weaknesses, what we need to, strengthen. And then we work with Education System Solutions. It is a consultant group that is based in West Virginia, and that's what we like about them, that they are from West Virginia. They went to school in West Virginia. They have taught in West Virginia, and a few of them have even been worked for the State Department. So they know us. They know West Virginia. It's not somebody that we're bringing outside who doesn't understand the demographics and the challenges that we face. And actually, Mrs. Byers, she happened to be at the school that day, so she got to meet them.
I did.
And then she also, we were working on back to school stuff, and she also got to sit through a session, so she got to see it in action. Not only did they present sessions, but Mr. Morris and Mr. Winters both presented. Mr. Winters presented on AI and different ways that we can use that. And Mr. Morris worked on IntelliSpark and helping teachers with the Weavis Gradebook, which we used last year, but he knows a lot of tricks and shortcuts that make it easier on our teachers. And then we actually even had a couple teachers do presentations. So it was a very, very successful week, and all the evaluations and information that we got back were very positive. Our focus, we offered 32 different sessions in those 5 days. Some of the things that we focused on, special education, we had a session on autism, and a lot of the teachers were, like, they said they didn't really realize what autistic children go through, like with the different noises and being overstimulated. So they got a first hand feel for what those students are going through. We looked at co-teaching with inclusion. and also with the aids that we now have in pre-K through third grade. The understanding of ADHD. We're getting more and more students diagnosed with ADHD. And then we also looked at policy 2419, which is the special education policy. We looked at AI, which artificial intelligence. We looked at classroom management. We looked at science reading, numeracy. Writing continues to be a weakness for us overall, according to the data that we get from our achievement scores. And then we're also looking at standards-based grading. And I believe that Mr. Morris, well, I don't believe, I know, he has started a cohort of teachers. I think Mrs. Myers is on that, looking at standards-based grading, where we make sure that we're looking at our standards, and that's what we're basing our grades on. So, and he meets with a variety of teachers getting input before we take it out to everyone. Some of the spotlights, we had 84 teachers and aides that attended, which I thought was huge. And then this is the big number. In those 5 days, our teachers and aides earned 1,831 professional development hours. So I'm so proud of our teachers. They worked so hard. They worked together, and then they asked, like, hey, can we meet throughout the summer to keep going with those things that we learned? So it was a great week. I am so proud of them that they gave up 5 days of their summer. Right now we've got teachers at a coding conference. We've had teachers at AP conferences. We had a social studies rollout conference. I believe that was last week, and things that are coming up, which we'll report on later. But I just want to give you, let you know what was going on and how proud I am of our teachers and aides for how hard they worked during those 5 days.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
Good. On to delegations, we had no delegations tonight. Communications, the State Department had approved the second semester faculty senate notes. On the superintendent's reports, just a couple things. Mr. Thomas had asked a couple of the new legislative policies that are out there. I plan on getting you all something that Bowles-Rice had sent me with all the new school legislative updates. There were tons of bills in this session, but there's only a handful that really impact the day-to-day operations of the school system. So I'll make sure you all have those, and I'll go over a few of those. My plan is to go over a few of those. And then in August, we had talked about getting Bowles-Rice here, and you guys were going to try to make that session, and that's what they will be going over there, is all the new legislation out there for school systems. I will, just a quick update. I know right now the big topic is vaccination exemptions for religious reasons. We've had a couple phone calls here about that, and what we're telling people, what we're going to tell people is we're going to follow what the State Department tells us to do. So if right now their stance is that there is no religious exemptions, but that's a battle that's going to play out, I think, in court before there's something that's settled completely. So I'll keep you abreast of that situation. The other thing on our superintendent's report is our band made the whole county very proud this last weekend. They trudged through the heat and the blacktop and the people, and just we're from Tyler County, and we went over there and they did a really great job. It's just a different environment for them, but it was a great trip, and we've had so many thank yous from parents, and I'm sure you guys have received the same thing. We're blessed to be able to allow our children to do things like that, and I just want to let you all know, thank you for approving that and allowing the board to pay for that, for them to have that awesome experience. It's once in a lifetime experience for those kids, so thank you for that. Project updates. The gym edition, my goal is that the first meeting in August we'll be able to go out and walk through the finished product. That's where we're at. Right now they're finishing up the flooring, doing a little touch-up paint here and there. They're installing trophy cases. They've poured the concrete outside for the sidewalks. So I mean it's right there ready. But my goal was, and I'll let everybody know at the next meeting in July whether that's a possibility that we can meet out there and go through the new addition. But it should be. The head house is still, they're trying to get it under roof. There's been some issues with trusses. I don't understand the technical issues with it, but we're working through that, and I believe they've got that situation taken care of. But we're trying to get it under roof as soon as possible. And then the new school, those early bid packages will go out at the end of July. I think July 27th is what the schedule said. So in that early bid package will be the road and the site prep for the school. And then what will happen after that is once that early bid package is out, then it'll go through and they'll bid out. The bid process will go out for the building itself. It'll be a huge project, and we'll have national contenders to build it. I mean, we'll have tons of people, I believe, that will be interested in the project. So I don't think that will be an issue. But we do meet with Patrick next week to go over those timelines, and I'll make sure that you guys have an update of that also. Nothing under curriculum, committee reports, staff reports, finance, nothing there. Nothing under policy review. I am meeting with, because Mr. Hess is working with the State Department and myself. We have a new gentleman named Keith Burdett who's going to be here tomorrow for Neola, and the policies that are around superintendent and finance. Those are the last two pieces of the puzzle before we can bring all those policies to get approved. Under athletic schedules, they approved the golf schedule for the 25-26 school year. Approval of requests. As you can see there were 6 requests, and you can read through those. Under personnel, resignations, we did have Ellen Stewart resign as a substitute aide. Curtis Heinzman resigned his position as a biology teacher and summer school science teacher. Mamie Blatt resigned her position as a substitute custodian. Tony Van Camp resigns from her position as assistant cheer coach. And then we have a few substitutes there who have decided that they did not want to continue to be a sub teacher. Rebecca Sue Weekly, Darlene Kerber, Darren Weekly, Deborah Miller, and Rachel Kerpus. They will not be subbing for us this year. Under employment transfers and rescissions, Kayla Shields will be the temporary school bus operator for the 5th grade band from AIB for the school year. The next one we had to get approved earlier, Kayla Shields, David Wells, and Thomas Lemons to operate summer school program, and that's going very well at this point. Employ Colton Lawrence as a special education teacher with autism at Tyler Consolidated Middle School. Shauna Griffith will be our head cross-country coach for the middle school. Jeff Hayes will be changing bus routes from his current bus and Route 42 to 58. Employ Ashley McCoy as a substitute teacher. Employ Deborah Price as an assistant band director at Tyler Consolidated High School. She's already been approved as the teacher, but this is so she can work with and get compensated for working after school with the band and things like that. Transfer Sarah Connor from her current position in special education autism mentor at AIB to classroom instructional aide at AIB effective the 25-26 school year. And all those were approved by Mr. Fitro at the State Department. They've approved their bills, and the next regular meeting will be held on Monday, July 21st at 7 p.m. at the Tyler Consolidated Board Office.
Okay, it is 7:14, and this meeting is adjourned.